Hi guys, I am continuing from chapter 7. So let's begin. Chapter 8. The fox began to starve. That evening, 3 tents were put up in the crater on the hill. One for Buggis, one for Buns, and one for Bean. The tents surrounded Mr. Fox's hole, and the 3 farmers sat outside the tents eating their supper. Buggis had 3 boiled chickens smothered in dumplings. Buns had 6 donuts filled with disgusting goose liver paste. And Bean had 2 gallons of cider. All 3 of them kept their guns beside them. Buggis picked up a steaming chicken and held it close to the fox's hole. "Can you smell this, Mr. Fox?" he shouted. "Lovely tender chicken. Why don't you come up and get it?" The rich scent of chicken wafted down the tunnel to where the foxes were crouching. "Oh, Dad," said one of the small foxes, "couldn't we just sneak up and snatch it out of his hand?" "Don't you dare," said Miss Fox. That's just what they want you to do." "But I'm hungry," they cried. "How long will it be till we get something to eat?" Their mother didn't answer them, nor did their father. There was no answer to give. As darkness fell, Buns and Beans switched on the powerful headlamps of the 2 tractors and shone them onto the hole. "Now," said Bean, "we will take it in turn to keep watch. One watches while 2 sleep, and so on all through the night." Buggis said, "What if the fox digs a hole right through the hill and comes out on the other side? Didn't you think of that one, didn't you? Did you?" "Of course I did," said Bean, pretending he had. "Go on then, tell us the answer," said Buggis. Bean picked something small and black out of his ear and flickered it away. "How many men have you got working on your farm?" he asked. "35, Buggis said. "I have got 36, Bun said. "And I have got 37, Bean said. "That makes 108 men altogether. We must order them in surround the hill. Each man will have a gun and a flashlight. There will be no escape then for Mr. Fox." So the order went down to the farms. And that night 108 men formed a tight ring around the bottom of the hill. They were armed with sticks and guns and hatchets and pistols and all sorts of horrible weapons. This made it quite impossible for a fox, or indeed for any other animal, to escape from the hill. The next day, the watching and waiting went on. Buggis and Buns and Bean sat upon small stools, staring at the fox's hole. They didn't talk much. They just sat there with their guns on their laps. Every so often, Mr. Fox would creep a little closer towards the mouth of the tunnel and take a sniff. Then he would creep back again and say, "They are still there." "Are you quite sure?" Miss Fox would ask. "Positive," said Mr. Fox. "I can smell that man Bean a mile away. He stinks." And that's the end of chapter 8. I hope you enjoyed chapter 8, and fingers crossed what will happen to Mr. Fox. Is there going to happen a plan? Is he going to get up a plan? So, bye.